So I'm really excited about this cause. I think it's fantastic. I think everybody should have clean water. Like if we can raise $5,000, I mean, boys, like that's amazing.
Let's go.
Go!
Geez, OPs, it is Movified, and we are here with Matty Mailers, with iHaul, I Move, and movingletters.ai, the one and only. What is up, Matty?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Big Josh is over here too. Come on, don't forget him.
Oh yeah, we got Josh Shipman. Oh, buddy, with Coastal Carriers. I mean, he was just telling us some figures. They are killing it right now. How you doing, Josh? I'm so happy that you could come and join us.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me. Matty, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you as always. It's been a busy summer for all of us. I think the industry as a whole has just had a great summer. So I hope everybody who's tuning in is still in the middle of it, still reaping the benefits of their hard work and just having a great summer, and I just, super excited. Big let's go. For everybody out there. Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Come on.
Well, listen, this is a little special episode for all our listeners and watchers out there. We love everybody in the Movified Nation that follows us and supports the podcast. But one of the biggest things that's close to our hearts, is, and we've talked about this on the show, is how we met. And we met all of us together, united on a golf course at a conference. And we love that camaraderie. We have a lifelong relationship now where it has excelled in our business, has excelled in our personal, our lives are all intertwined, and we allow ourselves to be held accountable because of that relationship that's got built. Why do I mention this? Well, we have the Let's Go Invitational. It is our second year doing this after the Moving Titan event that's going to be held on Saturday, September 13th in St. Petersburg, Florida. It is I think it's like a 10 or 15 minute Uber ride to the golf course. We are super stoked to be holding this event. Last year was such a huge success. We have some amazing sponsors already lined up. We have the Moving Army that's being led by Austin Yarbrough with Central Coast. We have Moving Letters, obviously, as a sponsor. We got Movified as a sponsor, and we have our very own Ready Rolls, the only VAs to go to with the best onboarding process possible. Ready Rolls is also a sponsor because they also want to support this great cause. Because, Matty, what's this whole point? Like, we're trying to raise some funds, but can you kind of elaborate on last year was the hurricane, this year, what are we trying to do?
Yeah, let's get into it. So it's going to be in Clearwater, Florida, so real close. But it's at the Cove K Golf Club. This is going to be a fantastic time, September 13th. Guys, registration closes September 3rd. We would love to have you guys there if you are listening. If you're going to the Moving Titan retreat, you guys have to come to this event. And the reason why is because we all met on the golf course, like Mark said, and that moment could have been said to have changed my life in so many ways. And I think it did. It inspired me to quit drinking. It inspired so many changes within. It's even before Moving Letters AI was born, but a lot of what I based my business on was born through those friendships. And so that's why we wanted to do this. And the other reason why is because we wanted to give back. Doing an event for profit is great, cool. We might make a couple thousand or 1,500 a piece. That doesn't excite me or Mark or probably even Josh, right? So we're all invested. Whatever we charge sponsors, we're putting in ourselves to do. Josh is paying regular prices. Everybody's paying regular prices. And the whole idea is that if there's any profit left over, which there shall be, that we're going to go ahead and give it back to Team Water. Team Water is a nonprofit that's connected with Mr. Beast. And it's a lot of creators on the internet who are getting together to obviously, provide clean water to those in need. And so I believe $1 gets someone clean water for a year, one person clean water for a year. So our hope is to raise at least $5,000. We'll see if we can hit that goal. But that's why we're doing this, is to kind of, obviously it's great to get all of us movers together and get a networking event together that's kind of outside of, the sessions of speakers and things like that, and outside of that environment, and actually into an environment that's just more loose and fun. So it's gonna be a great time. Can't wait.
Before we ever started using a moving CRM, someone asked me, could you 10x what you're doing right now with the current systems and processes you have in place? And I said no. And so he was like, well, then you need to just pull the trigger on the software. And then I saw Smart Moving and it was game over.
Austin joined thousands of moving owners on Smart Moving in 2021. Since then, he's more than doubled his business.
And I always compare Smart Moving to Apple products. It's just so simple, so easy to use, and that's really what's allowed my team to scale and now have 2 branches. And last year we scaled Central Coast Moving over 50% growth.
If you're ready to turn your moving company into a machine that drives profit, not chaos, try Smart Moving.
We recently hired Ready Rolls to help us with hiring some offshore help, some VAs, and they've done an amazing job. They found the perfect candidate for our company. Not only that, they helped answer the questions that we had about the process. Initially, hiring a VA can be a bit intimidating, but they answered all the questions. It's been an amazing experience. Our VA has been a huge part of our success thus far. We're actually in the process of hiring a few more right now. Definitely see them as being a key part of our growth and reaching our goals in 2025.
And another game changer for our company. I'm confident to be a game changer.
Visit ReadyRolls.com. There is now a better way to scale.
I think a lot of people don't realize, we lose touch being in like a very first world, populated area where we flip the tap on, clean water's coming out. We're taking a shower. Oh, we're not going to get sick from the water hitting our mouths or drinking that water. We're not thinking about, oh, is this filtered? How clean is this water? It's like a regular occurrence for us, even just to have water in general. Readily available to us. And what's surprising is that even our staff, our movers that work for us, live sometimes in areas where their water isn't that great. It is the next city over to where you're living. It's the different community that maybe you don't like driving through, and they're having water issues. It's those cities that just recently had a flood or a hurricane or tornadoes, something in there where their water system was destroyed, and now they need to go back to square one. It's not those countries that we don't think about. It's literally right in our back door. So I'm really excited about this cause. I think it's fantastic. I think everybody should have clean water, and to supply water, like if we can raise $5,000, I mean, boys, like that's amazing. I think we can do it.
I agree. I think we can. And I think with Josh Shipman's bank account, we should be able to do that. Obviously, they're doing some big numbers over there. So well, with his help, it's going to happen. But, I think also just like last year's event, when the hurricanes came, we were all deciding, how are we going to donate this money? Whoever's team wins. We had like a weird, confusing structure. And we found that, through this all, like not even a lot of people kept score. We hope this year's a little bit better structured with that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, dude, just giving back and hanging out is number one. Josh, tell me a little bit about your experience going to the Let's Go Invitational last year and kind of what that was about.
Sure. I'm going to take it back a step. I'm going to shoot up to Asheville. We were in my home state, so it was kind of cool. I got to drive up there. I took a day early before the conference. I was in my second year of coaching with Lewis. And one of the things I did at the conference is usually there'd be a group of us coming from our organization. And after everything happened, we'd go out to dinner, we'd mingle with ourselves. We didn't put ourselves out there. We weren't very extroverted. We'd plan events with our little group and go out and do them. So I was alone at this event. Nobody from the corporation was up there. So it was just myself, and I had to put myself out there a little bit. I had brought my clubs up there because I enjoy playing golf, and some of the guys were talking about picking up a round the next day, and they were drinking a little bit. So I was apprehensive. I was like, are these guys going to be any fun to hang out with? Are they just going to be boozing it up on the course, or what's going to happen out there? And I went out there, and the guys had had a fun night before, so they were still in festive spirits. But I tell you what, I had more fun on that round of golf than I had had in a long time on the golf course. And being outside of the tables where you're doing the talks about the topics and everything like that, like I hadn't interacted with the rest of the group on a personal level. So getting to see these guys, having a lot of fun, it just blossomed into this beautiful relationship that we all have, and we stay in touch. And the group texts, the visits that we've had, meeting up with each other. I look so forward to being able to see these guys when we have these events. So it's just like an awesome friendship that blossomed from a simple round of golf. So fast forward to last year, I'm out there. We're all about to go play golf. I'm looking forward to it. We're concerned about the number of people that are going to be there, the logistics of it all, and we just threw it all in. We said, let's just have fun. And I got to give a shout out to the guys I played with. I played with John Hamilton, Ryan Marsh, and Karsten. And Karsten had never played golf before. So talk about a brave soul entering a golf tournament. I'll tell you what, he was one of the sharpest guys out there, though. He bought himself a golf outfit. He looked good, but he wasn't a golfer. But what was important to him was hanging out with the guys, getting to know people, asking questions. And if you have followed his journey over the past year on the socials or have had an opportunity to talk to him, he's an awesome young man. And I think a lot of that stems from that bravery that he showed, putting himself out there, putting himself in an awkward situation. He doesn't hesitate to ask a question of somebody who might be bigger than him in a company setting. But it just shows what these relationships and these events can turn into and what impact they can make in everybody's life. So Brian and I have stayed close. Every time I see John or something about John, I think about that round that we played. And, every time I see Karsten posting something on Facebook, I'm just like, go get him, Tiger. It's an awesome feeling. It really is. So, and, the peripheral, all my friends, they're all out there also. Walking into a group and being close and having conversations with 20, 20, 30 people that are all playing in this tournament, and going to other events, seeing them deepening that relationship, being able to pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this. What's your experience with it? And getting honest answers, people willing to take time to help me out as I go through my struggles. So I don't know, a simple round of golf, just hitting a little golf ball, what it can turn out to be. And fighting for clean water and clear water. I love it, the
Yeah,
two just kind
it's
of go together.
It
So
goes
I
together.
don't know. I hope I've almost forgot what the question was, but I hope I answered it.
You
I
you
think
sure
it.
sorry, Matt.
No,
I was
you're
gonna
fine.
say you sure did, and I love the fact that you brought up Karsten. I love Karsten, Connect Movers. Shout out to him. He is a perfect example of that next. Well, it's hard to say even next generation because we're all still so fresh too. But about going to a conference, going to an event, putting yourself out there. Matt, it's what, $2.99 to come out and play for a round that's going to include dinner. There's awards, there's prizes. It's going to be a beautiful day out on the course. It's a great way to spend your Saturday before heading home. And and the networking and the friendship that gets started, it elevates you. There's something about it, right? And that foursome that you get tied with, I mean, this is your opportunity to spend 4 or 5 hours with other moving company owners in a one-to-one environment where you get to sit there, ask the questions, right? Like this isn't just like, hey, what iron are you going to be using, or how do I use this driver? It's, oh, how was your year? What could I do to excel my business? How do you handle storage? What do you do with disgruntled employees? The questions are endless if you come prepared, right? So yeah, I mean, I can't speak enough about it. But the reason we wanted to do this was, especially this little special episode, was really to put the word out there for all those that are attending, and for the sponsors that want to support it. You do not have to be a CRM. You do not have to be some type of marketing company. You don't have to be any of this. You could be the good Greek that's out there. You could be Plycon, Van Lines. I'm throwing out some names, boys. I'm pretty sure some of the guys from Let's Get Moving are going to be there. You could be a moving company that wants to support this cause and sponsor a whole, help sponsor the event. Do it, right? Like, I mean, why wouldn't you want to? And then come out. You also get, if you're a sponsor, you get a free ticket as well too. So it's like hand in hand. You're already getting that discount.
Hey everyone, Matty Mailers here, the guy who pioneered handwritten letters for the moving industry. Why? Because my competition at my moving company was using the same stock postcards as me, and my mailing company didn't care. So I created a better way. Here's some mind-blowing results in July. Miracle Movers Utah closed $93,000 using our handwritten letter strategy. With our campaigns, you can forget about the guessing games. You get a trackable phone number, daily photo proof, an incredible design team, and I'm also included. All letters stop at me for approval before they ever leave our facility. Right now, Movified listeners get 1,000 golden tickets stuffed in our genuine handwritten letters completely free. Plus, I'm going to throw in bulk realtor data for up to 5 counties. What are you waiting for? Moving Letters AI. Stop competing, start dominating.
What's up, guys? It's Austin Yarrow with the Moving Army. If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're crushing it, you're growing your business, and you don't need any help. Majority of you probably don't. But the thing is that information alone isn't enough. If you're looking for someone to hold you accountable, work with you, and collaborate with others in our industry with teams that are killing it, crushing it, you need to join the Moving Army. This is my invitation to you. You can text my personal cell, 805-441-6118. I'll see you soon and wait for your call. Join the Moving Army today.
It's wild to think how far, obviously this has come, and to see even someone like, you had mentioned Karsten. I'm gonna shout him out again. I feel like meeting Karsten at that event, just like, it just felt, especially seeing him at those events, he was kind of like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And now seeing him just he's so much more larger than life. He's so much more outgoing. And it's just incredible to see that transition in that last year. And he was a big part of our event. He brought his whole team out there, which was fantastic. And we're seeing that across the board, where we had a lot of husbands and wives go. We had Landon and Amanda from Miracle Movers. We also had, Bus and Moves. We had Taylor and Marcella. So those are great couples that came out to support the cause and come hang out with
Alan
us for
and
the
Kia.
day.
Yeah.
Alan and Kia too. Sorry, can't forget them. Apologize.
Yeah, 2 college guys.
Yeah, they were great. And so we all had an amazing time. And do you guys have any funny stories kind of about last year's event? Do you have anything that kind of was that highlight moment for you that you can share, kind of, that was like, oh my gosh, like
Crickets.
I think all the highlight moments really happened at that Asheville trip, and we won't bring that one up, but like, yeah, it was just that was a funny, silly trip and a funny, silly round of golf, and there were I don't know about highlights, but it was just so cool to watch somebody who had never played golf paired up with some guys who were pretty serious about golf, take a little bit of instruction, and then just hit some shots, and it just, I hope you guys remember that feeling when you caught your first good drive, when you stuck one on the green next to the pin, and watching these guys experience that for the first time. We got paired up with one of Karsten's partners in his company. He ended up playing with us also. And the two of those guys were just like, watch this, watch this, watch this. So just seeing the excitement that these guys had, like hitting a good shot. That, I don't know. For me, that was my highlight. I don't have any funny stories.
I wouldn't say funny stories, because I feel like if you're asking people like Matt, you're asking myself, there's so much planning that goes involved, and I think people forget to do this. And I kind of want to spin it back to out here in BC. I recently launched the BC Moving Industry Golf Tournament. This was our second year we did it. We had about 60 people attend, and different moving companies. And I had moving company owners or their staff that didn't come last year attend this year because they wanted to find out what was it all about. And then they attended, they said, man, this was so much fun. And we had individuals that weren't even in the industry. Whether they were like an architect, or maybe they were just a realtor or mortgage broker, like they're kind of in the industry, but not really. And they joined in and they said, this was some of the funnest golf that I played in a long time, because the tension's down. It's not a big competition. It's a lot of that where you are there to enjoy yourself. And I really want to lay this down to everybody that's attending. If you feel nervous coming to a conference and you can't get, you really don't want to, if you're someone that is very introvert and just kind of wants to attend a conference and everything, come out and play golf. Even if you don't know how to play golf, like Karsten, just rent the clubs and have a great time. Because you're going to have so much laughs and so much fun at this event that you probably would have never had you not attended. Right. So all I can suggest to anybody is you will build the experience based on what you put out there. So come on and have a good time. If this was one of the experiences that you wanted to cap off and have something to talk about, and guess what? You can also win surprises and some swag and have some fun and get a dinner. And you get to see Josh, and you get to see Matt, and you get to see me, and you get to see Austin, and the cat. Like, you get to see the Let's Go Boys. That's why it's called the Let's Go Invitational. Check out Let's Go Invitational.com. That's where you can go and register for this event. You have 10 days now to get on there, register it, sign up. Bring your team along if you have your team and you guys are all flying out on the Sunday, or come play 9 holes. Right? Like I've mentioned this before on the podcast. If you can't even come up for the whole event, come up for the morning. Tee off's at like 10:30, right? So like go have breakfast. If your wife doesn't want to play and she wants to go shopping, great. Here, take the American Express. I'm going to go play golf. Whatever works, but come out and support the event. Come out and support the moving industry and clean water, right? Like it's about the cause as well too. So we don't want to forget that. Matt, any final last words?
I think you nailed it, man. I think obviously if you guys were on the fence about coming, just do it. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. We're easily approachable guys. And I think Karsten found that, last year he was saying something of like rubbing the shoulders with these guys, and he's a big fan of the podcast, and he had seen me on the podcast. So to them, it felt like, meeting someone that I just think we're approachable guys, and I think we're going to make it fun for you. Even if you are, like you said, an introvert and you don't go out to these things. I believe Karsten was one of those introverts. And so I think that might be where we're getting with Karsten to kind of continue to fall back on that, is finding him go from that introvert to now see him as an extrovert too. And so, yeah, come out, have some fun, feel good doing it. And we're going to eat some barbecue and have some fun, man.
It's so good. And obviously, if you're coming to the Titan event, make sure you visit movingletters.ai's booth. That's going to be set up. Matty Mailers is going to be there himself, not his clone. It will be Matty there at his booth. Josh Shipman will be a spectator because he does not have a booth. But hey, why not give him a high five? You'll see him at the morning workout, 6 a.m. on the beach. I hear they're going to do some fun, interactive workouts like they always do. And always come visit me at my booth. And I'm going to throw this out there, Matt. Once you've met us at the booth and you still want to play golf, I'm sure we can probably still get you squeezed in. So if you're one of those last minute people, I suggest register, but reach out to us. I'm sure we can try and figure something out, but we really want to see all of you there. It's a limited amount of space, and I'm pretty sure we're close to filling up. So go register now and make sure that you're locked in for this day. Reserve your spot. Thanks, boys.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And stay movified, everybody. Till next time.